What is popping, everybody? Happy Wednesday, man. Big up to each and every one of you. Capital G, capital O, capital D. Thank you for waking me up today and blessing me with another day of life, dear Lord. Big up, wifey and kids, man. Big up to you guys out there. Welcome back to the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel. Obviously, I'm your boy Dre. I will be your captain for the day, as long as you're on this channel. And we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Even though I have this very same plane in Microsoft 2024, I feel like it flies better in 2020. So we still have yet to do a 2024 stream. I'm just not gonna be committing to it just yet, because even this plane, I feel like this plane, it was originally designed for 2020, now it's been ported over for 2024, but I feel like it performs better in 2020. Plus, these sceneries that I purchased, they're not available in 2024 yet. The creators are not authorized, so hey, we run in 2020 either way. So hope everybody is doing good. Let's get some check-ins here. We got Proctus, man. Hey Dre, missing you on DCS. Yeah, Roger, man, I'm gonna get back in there. It's just, you know, one day happens, next day happens, next thing you know, 2 weeks went by and I haven't been in the stream. So definitely gonna get back in there, y'all. So I'm still here, just things have been busy. So without further ado, man, we're gonna jump into this Piaggio Avanti P180 and run it on some West Coast charter ops, more like shuttle service, city service there, if you will. And we've got our first batch of executives and business workers. They need to get from Truckee, California to Monterey. Then we'll be picking up another set in Monterey. Maybe if dispatch tells us Palm Springs or Burbank, we'll pick one of those. So who knows where this aircraft will take us today, man. Okay. All right, so further ado, let us just get on board and make sure everything is in fact in the cold and dark status, man. All right, everything is off. As you can see, cabin is vacated. We'll start the boarding here in a second. Let us get on the GPU, which is available on the parking spot. It's not always available in every parking spot, so just be aware of that. And let's get this bad boy going. Let's stop that music. Let's get our first route up there for you guys in the overlay. You can see we got Truckee, California to Monterey, California. It's about a 215-20 nautical mile flight, about maybe 35-40 minutes in this. We'll see what flight time is. And we'll be flying on this first one at 26,000 feet. Now Truckee is gonna have us performing worse, if you will, on the engine performance, because it is higher elevation. So we'll have to be on our P's and Q's for this takeoff. So there you go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start making some of this magic happen here. Alright, so we are all cold and dark. We are running our so this has a yoke, as you can see. It's a yoke system. So we have our TCA Boeing yoke, and then of course we got our Honeycomb Bravo here that will be controlling the plane, which it's very nice because there's a program where you get all the lights and everything as soon as you turn the plane on. This comes on. I'm still amazed with that, since I'm fairly new to using the Honeycomb Bravo there. Alright, let's get rid of our chocks now so that we don't forget we got main door and luggage door as passengers are coming on, which is fine. We do have the external power on, which gives you the illusion the battery's on, but what's going to happen is you're not going to get your comms or anything the way you should. So let's get the battery on, and let's get it to the avionics all the way on position, since we will be doing a start while connected to the GPU, and then we'll get the right engine on and make sure that that is 100% initialized so that we can have the generator on. Let's find out where we're at. Boom. Let's see, we are not logged into the network, so let's do that. Okay, we got the auto ATC, and looks like 4556 is going to be our squawk. So we'll jump that right in there. And then this aircraft does have the ability to pull up your, as long as you're signed into your sim brief, your flight plan, It's going to come up, bada bing, bada boom. Let me also get the weather here. We don't have any controllers on. And let's also get the CTAF just to be legit. 20. Back here, put this in 120 575, and then we'll also put. One of my pet peeves in this aircraft is that the comms 2 is not working, so hopefully in a future update to get that situated. Oops, invalid entry. That's not what we wanted. We want to recall that 120 575. Temperature here is 6 degrees. Dew point's -3. Altimeter's 2971. We're doing 190. So winds are out of the south, 10 gusting 20. Interesting. Overcast at 4,200. Altimeter 2971. So let's get that jumped up in here. Alright, 2971. Let's give you guys an idea of where we're at here on the ramp. Alright, taxi. We'll be departing on a departure, so we'll be pulling that up soon. But you can see here, let's zoom this versus us. Here we are on the ramp. More than likely we're taking runway 29er. See the winds are gusting. So we're going to have to take runway 29er, and here's the reason why. We're at a higher elevation. This aircraft is going to test our limits. So the winds are 19, gusting 20. So technically we should be probably, for sure, taking runway 11. Get that better crosswind there. Now let's just see if that runway, because we got some mountains here. Yeah, runway 11, they got our RNAV approach. So we can definitely take off as runway 11 too, and you have to ask yourself, well, why would that be? Well, if they can do a approach on runway 11, that means they can go missed on runway 11 and make a pattern, so we can take runway 11. There are some airports where there's only probably going to be a certain way that you can enter and depart the runway, even though there's 2 runways. That's very rare, but it is a thing. So based off the winds, even though SimBrief is telling me 29, 190, 10 gusting 20, we're definitely going to want to just be offset by 80 degrees on the crosswind there for taking off runway 11 versus being, over 100, degrees off. 190 and the heading is 286. So the difference between the headings is going to be more favorable to this, even though it is still a crosswind takeoff. It is what it is. So we are taking off that runway. So now we're going to look for the Mogul 2. And let's get a narrative here from runway 11. Okay, so this is gonna, let's see, runway 11 not authorized obstacles. Okay, there you go. Runway 11 not authorized obstacles. So reading this just negates everything I just said. So we will not be taking runway 11 at all. And that's what I was saying. Some of these things are not takeoffs for obstacles. So we're gonna take runway 29 and work with that crosswind that way. And then we are going to be transitioning to the Palisades VOR. So let's get that in there for now. And let's take a look so far what we have. And there's the Palisades VOR. So we just need to put our departure in there. Runway 29, the only runway that's workable, and Palisades right there. Bada bing. Aviation Geek is in the house, man. What is cracking with you, homie? Alright, there's Palisades. That's in. Now let us think about the winds there in Monterey, and then we'll get out of here. Everything else will happen really quick after this, guys. You guys know I'm a stickler for planning, man. Alright, Monterey, the winds are out of the south-southeast, 11 gusting 24. So 140. Okay, so unfortunately on here you can't have a couple of maps up. You got to play chess with this thing basically and figure out which one you want only. Hey, you got it, Aviation Geek. Boy said he taking an agility test. All right. So here's our options, right? So you got 2-8 right, 2-8 left, and you have 1-0 right, 1-0 left. So here's the deal. We're going to be taking 1-0 right. With those winds blowing at 140, 11 gusting, this will be the most minimal. So we're going to do 10 right. And I know for a fact I've flown in there before. Some nice ILS. And we could probably take that from the Salinas VOR, which is part of our flight plan. So let's just re-verify that. And there it is. See, there's the Salinas VOR. That we would be direct. But we're going to plan for this arrival on that Salinas. We'll execute that. Let's go legs. And now we can come down. There's the discontinuity. We don't want to put this in because that's there. Then there'll be Z-bed. And I know if there's ATC, we won't even hit Z-bed. They'll vector us. I'll ask for vectors, which is much better. Salinas VOR, we're going to want that at least at 5,000. And we're going to calculate that for our TOD, or top of descent. All right, there we go. Let's go to make sure there's no more discontinuities. And it should also have our mist. There it goes. We go back to Salinas and hold. Z-bed, boom. Okay, that's looking good. Not a whole crazy route. Now we're going to come over here to perf. Let's do our performance initialization. We do have 6 passengers. And our cargo. We already loaded the plane. Sometimes I got to make a few adjustments with SimBrief. So our cargo. Plane's already loaded, of course. I've already put this stuff on there, so let's, we should have about, I believe I put 1,600 pounds of fuel in there, so let's check our fuel status. Okay. 8 and 8 is about 1680 on the fuel, so fuel quality is good, because 8 and 8 is 16. That's pretty much what we have. So yeah, this plane is already loaded. Just when you open that thing back up, it doesn't remember all the values that you put in there, which is retarded. But, so cargo based off of our flight plan is 300 pounds. Let's see, there's, we'll get the sensed fuel here, 1681. That's exactly what we said. And we'll do about 300 pounds of cargo, so 6 passengers. This weight doesn't include the pilots. That's already included in the zero fuel weight. Let's execute that. Come over here to takeoff. And now we need to get back into the BTAR. For Truckee, it is 6 degrees and 19010. This is just the input from the METAR, or the winds. Even though it's gusting, you're going to put your stable wind, which is 10, but it's gusting as far as up to 20. So we'll put 10 and prepare for those gusts. And you can see here, there's a little bit of a tailwind, and then there's a left crosswind 9. So it's a crosswind takeoff, and it just kind of calculates where that wind is coming from. We'll execute that, go to next. And our rotation speed, we don't need anti-icing on. There's no precipitation here. We'll be flaps to the mid position, so we'll send that on over to our situation. Alright, so now we're going to go, I believe, let's go direct here, just to be on the safe side, just in case we need to do anything special. Alright. Now what we're going to do is let's start using that. We'll put that in the nav mode. And let's get that runway heading here. Alright, Truckee Tahoe runway heading is, looks like 286. So let's get this thing, boom, boom, on a runway heading here of 286. Okay, 286. And again, it's probably not letting us hit our nav yet. It might let us do it once we start the engines here. Let's go on up here to 26,000 feet. Alright, 26,000 feet. Now let's hit our vertical speed here on our initial climb out. We'll try to get the speed to about 160. So we'll do an aggressive climb out about 2,100 feet per minute and go from there. Alright, so FMS is tracking. One thing you want to do is make sure your nav and bearing are on the right FMS. That looks good. Bearing source, we can switch that to FMS as well. And we're not so much worried about that. Now, one thing that I'm going to do so that we'll do it in the air. We'll get all the situations up in the air there. You can see our rotate speed is in there, so we're good to go. Let's get the doors closed, folks. It's time to get out of here. Alright, doors are closing, man. And we're ready to ride up out of here, folks. We're going to get the position light on, and we're going to get the ground, which is the red beacon. Let's also get the fasten seatbelt on. And let's go for engine start. Doors are closed and confirmed. We're going to start the right engine first since the GPU is on the left side. Alright, so let's get our fuel valve open. Let's get our pump to standby. And we're going to be looking, it's going to happen quick. We're going to look for 13 here on ITT, but it's going to happen even before we blink an eye. Okay, 13. Put our prop into ground idle. All right. Now, once that engine stabilizes, we're going to actually put this into flight idle so that we can run that generator. Alright, let's look at that RPM. And now we can go ahead, we're going to reset the generator first, and then we're going to put it on, and you see that the right generator is now activated. Let's now get our hydraulic pump going on. And now that that is on, we can release this GPU. And we're going to go for engine start. Fuel valve to the open position. And pump to standby. Looking for 13. There it is. Engine started there. Kronos is in the house, man. Good to see you, my G. Hope everybody's doing well today, man. We about to get going here. Alright, y'all. It's time for takeoff. Alright, back in the bird we go. Okay. Good start on both engines. Now we're going to bring our right prop back to the feather, and we've got the ability now to put the next generator on. We're going to reset it, and then we put it on. It's going to extinguish there. Let's also get our windshield heats to the low, and we'll get our pitos on. Let's get our bleeds on. And we need to get our auto feather on. And now we're going to see everything there is 100% extinguished. Alright, now we're going to come down here. We're looking at our trim tab. We're going to go ahead and trim it down to center trim. Okay, it's trimmed up. And of course, you can see, for whatever reason, you see the flap handle, it's in the flap up. But if you look here at the flaps indicator, it's in the mid. But as soon as we hit the mid, now it goes up. And now the levers to the mid, and now the flaps are actually transitioning there. Now let's go ahead and check the electrical on the plane before we do anything else. Gonna want to come here. Okay, flaps are to mid. You can see they're indicating here as well. Here's our anti-ice. Everything is off and it says TCAS off, so let's fix that. And then we'll get rid of this. So we'll come back here to tune. And we are gonna go TARA. And then now we're looking up here so we can get this screen back. You gotta hit menu, Piaggio, and it's gonna give you a selection. And then we could just go back to this format here. Alright. Then this will disappear when we hit menu again. Okay, that's the one we want. And now it's off, folks. Flaps are set. Trims are set. And now we can, let's get our flight controls check done here. Full up, full down, aileron left, aileron right, rudder right, and rudder left, and we are good to go. Let's go ahead and get our departure pulled up here now. So we're going to do as many little legs as we can today. Alright, there's our departure. You can see basically we're going to depart out and make a big U, essentially. So we're going to be out, we're going to take a right, but then we're going to go around so that we can get back on course there. And when we take that right, we should be clear of all terrain. You can see this terrain here. We'll need to be clear of this particular terrain. So we're going to be out here on the runway heading, of course, which is 286. Then we take a right turn, so there's going to be terrain here that we want to make sure that when we make this turn we don't get, man, because you can see we got the montañas everywhere. Captain Will, man, big up to my G. Good to see you, fam bammers. All right, guys, so let's get our lights on and we'll do a fit check and we're out of here. Landing recognition on, and you're gonna hear the lights come down. That's these front lights right here that just came out. So fit check looking pretty good, fam bammers. Like I said, it's my belief that this aircraft actually flies better in 2020 than it does in 2024, which I do have it. Element helped me get it straight. My man flying in the Tesla of the skies. Hey, you know what, Captain Will? I love this joint, man. For whatever reason, I like this plane mucho. You know, it's very good to me. All right, so let's get ready to ride out. Bada bing, bada boom. Toe brakes held. And we are good to go. And the last thing we need, these oil cooler inner tanks. Let's go ahead and get that on so we stay nice and cool. We'll leave anti-icing off. And our touchdown elevation is about 250. So let's get that going. That's 5, 4, 3. Well, depressurized to there. And everything is in the auto position here. So we're good to go. We don't need to worry about anything unless for some reason that breaks, then we have to manually dump the pressure in here. Not the problem. Alright, we are TARA, and let's make our call. Truckee traffic, November 318 Delta Sierra. Here at the General Aviation ramp, we'll be taxiing the runway 29 for departure on the Mogul 2 via Alpha. We'll be out on the Mogul 2. We'll call clear of the runway for Truckee traffic. Alright, here we go, guys. Even though it's simulated, I don't want to hurt this guy, so let's just do it like a 180. Now, the performance is degraded here, guys. Let's go ahead and put our props into the ground idle. So we're just making basically a 180 so we don't hit that individual there. We'll start the timer. Flying time has got to be like 41 minutes, something like that. We're going to pick up Mike and then hit Alpha. Let's skip this guy. Even though he's not going to cause any damage, it's annoying. They're just driving all over the place, man. Alright, he's skipped. Okay, you want to keep your eye on the taxiway for people not using. Look at that windsock over there doing his thing. Okay, taxiway is clear. Now, normally when you taxi this thing in ground idle, she'll like to get away from you a little bit. Not as egregious as other turboprops, but because we're at a higher elevation right now, the performance on this aircraft is a wee bit degraded. So once we get lined up on the runway, we'll see if we can get our nav to connect. Here, let's hit heading right now. Well, we'll make sure the flight plan is executed in order for us to be going on nav, so that might be one thing too. We'll just hold short. Now here, instead of using the brakes, I'm literally going to go into beta, which is what people would like to consider reverse thrust on these, but it's not. It just changes the pitch of the props immediately. So beta will slow you down a little bit. And while we're rolling, let's double check one thing here on the flight plan. Let's make sure it's all executed. Let's go to the next page. Let's look up so we don't crash, man. Okay, we're doing good. Yeah. So there it is right there. So it's all good to go. Legs should be doing the same thing, so we're okay. So once I turn, and we'll see if it can allow us to put the nav on. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's go back into beta. Doing a 180 and a 180, you silly dude. I like the comedy, man. Truckee traffic, November 318 Delta Sierra is a Piaggio Avanti 180 here on Juliet, short of 29er left. We will be entering 29er left for immediate departure on the Mobile 2 for Truckee traffic. All right. Lights up. Finals clear. Let's get these strobes on. Strobes are on. And you can see that that terrain right there. So we're gonna do a nice spool up because we got to get to 120 on our departure here. Okay, let's toe brake it. Let's do our final checks. All right, good to go. We are lined up. We still have no nav, but that's okay. And we did verify. Let's verify one more time that we are in the nav mode. We are in fact in the nav mode. Okay, we should get nav on departure. If not, we'll use our heading here. But in the meantime, we're good to go. All right, we're gonna spool up our props there. Let's get the timer going. Timer's activated. No holding toe brakes. Make sure they don't go into the red. Gotta make sure they get max power without going into the red. So we got engine damage on. Okay, here we go. Brakes released. The airspeed's alive. She's sluggish, boy. 80 knots. Okay, looking for 120. Alright, let's start pulling back. Ooh, that crosswind, and we're up. Gears up. Truckee traffic, November 318 Delta Sierra is clear of runway 29, climbing out on the Mogul 2. Alright, so we're going to stay coming up here. Alright, let's go ahead and start our turn. Probably going to have to do a direct here. Gears up. Alright, climb power. Now we're torque limited. Ooh, she is bumpy. She's definitely a bumpy ride. Let's go direct mogul. Alright, sometimes you gotta hit it in the aircraft first. Let's get our yaw damper on. Okay, we'll have to figure out what's going on here. We'll fly it. From now, we may have to re-execute the flight plan. So we'll just hand fly it based off of what we need to find here. There's a little rainbow. All right, let's go with flight level chains here. Okay, we are at 10,000 right on those flight directors. Okay, autopilot's on. Yaw damper's on. Alright, let's come down here really quick and let us let's make some changes here. This Z-bed there, let's execute that. It's crazy, why isn't this thing, let's see, batteries on. This is the first time we've having this problem, man. Alright, let's just do heading mode here. No worries at all. Right? Tasting the rainbow, my G. So we got our climb, at least that's working. We'll get it figured out what's going on. At least the flight director is following the correct format there, so. Alright, now we can put in some more power. Let's bring our props about to 1850. Push up the engine a little bit. We can rely on more torque now. Alright, so let's work this. Could be any number of things here, but we'll get it figured out once we get on course here. Okay, we can get our landing lights off. Get the wing and the recognition light off here. We're going to start our turn here shortly. All right, so there's our turn. Now let's double check all systems here. Batteries all the way in the up position. We're slightly off the line. Just course correct over a little bit. Okay, we can go in standard pressure, by the way, 29902. Alright, once we get on the longer leg here, we'll be able to figure out what's going on with our nav. Come down here. The only thing I could say, let's see, perf was done. So the only thing I could say was we went here, we didn't execute that. Alright, let's see if we can fix the problem now. Still no nav. FMS. Nav source. Boom. Yeah, I don't get it. HD stopping in with the like. Data's in the house, man. Gary's in the house, man. Good to see you guys, fan members. Now we're going to try to stay on course, but there is the matter of the wind. So we'll probably have to offset just a little bit to stay on course because that wind is blowing us. You can see there the winds are 86 out of the west there. We probably have a slight drift since our nav has decided not to work. We'll drift it this way a little bit. And yeah, completely crazy. Let's go back and check our electrical systems. Up. Amps, gen and amps look good. Faults are in the green. Oil's good. Boots are off. Yeah, batteries in the green. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Yeah, see that drift? We still got to be a little bit off in order to hold that course. And as you can see here, we have reached our cruising altitude through all the madness. Let's bring those props back a little bit. And we're pretty much 94, 95% on the right and left engine, so we'll leave it there. Come a little bit more right. Yeah, still no nav. Funniest thing ever. Flight plan is in. So let's cycle. Okay, we cycled that. Bearing source. You know what? Just for giggles, let's make everything FMS. There we go. So this means, and it's tracking here, so I'm curious to see. There we go. That's what it was, folks. We got the lateral navigation on now. Everything needs to be on the FMS. So we got it fixed. There's our LNAV1 right there. So just for future reference, anybody flying this aircraft, everything here in the nav source, bearing, everything must be FMS. Which it wasn't the other day I flew it, so now let's square up that heading, and we've solved our own problem in the air, and we are on the FMS nav mode here, or lateral navigation, as you guys can see. Alright, that was a pain in the butt, but we got it figured out. When we descend, we'll go ahead and let's see, there's no ice being detected anywhere on the aircraft. Let's look out at the wing, visually inspect. We don't need to turn the boots. I don't see any icing on. Okay, let's take a little trip to the back. And Dimitri, man, what is going on, my G? Yeah, she's a good looking plane. That's for sure. Good to see you, Dimitri. All is well. All right, and you guys can 100% look at this thing. This cabin is awesome. Everything is modeled in here. I mean, everything. If you open up these drawers, see the headrest comes up and down. Let's see, let's find the click spot here. The shades come up and down. We got a TV up here, comes up and down. These TVs here move. Yeah, pretty dope. You can come to the back here. Closet opens up. And this plane's only 25 bucks. It's totally worth it. Got a toilet here. Can do your business. Of course, this door closes. Yeah, pretty awesome aircraft, y'all. Pretty awesome aircraft. Yeah, luxury. Flying capsule. Alright, y'all. Let's get in here. We have, we're 18 minutes into the air. We're 69 miles to the MOD VOR. And let's come down here. Get on Unicom. There we go. So if we want to hit 5,000, we can get rid of these charts now. Kind of bumpy here. Alright, so we're coming in on 10 right. We're going to be parking over here. That's where the passengers will disembark, and we'll get our next set of passengers. And we can just assume that the approach is going to be pretty sweet. Matter of fact, let's get our approach information in here now. We got a lot of work to do on this little short flight. But before we start putting that in, let us check. Okay, one thing we're missing is SNS. So let's put the Salinas VOR in there. Okay, so once we get to mod, then we'll be Salinas 65.7 miles. So we'll start our descent right before we get to Mod. There's Salinas, so we'll have 65 miles in between the two. So let's see what that looks like here. Okay, there's Mod, and there's Salinas, and there's where it is. Very good. Alright, so first and foremost, let's look at the minimums here. 398. So here's the way you put the minimums in. We're going to go to refs. Here. Then you move this knob. Alright, we'll stick to 400 actually. That's good. There, minimum 400 because we don't have 396. So we'll just pressurize down to 400. Or not pressurized, but that's our minimums. I'd rather the minimums be slightly higher than slightly lower. And of course we need 098 on the heavy. Alright, so now we're going to go into the heading mode really quick. Here's the scary part. We got to mess with this. We're going to do VOR1. Course heading is already 98, which is good. Back to FMS. And let's go back onto the nav mode. There we go. So the last thing we need to do is get 110.7 put in. So we're going to come to tune. And we're going to do 110.7. Alright, 110.7, 110.7. We got our final approach course 98. Final approach course 98, 110.7. And we've got our minimums already in there, guys, so we're doing good. Then finally, we just need to get the CTAF. Hopefully we get some ATC today. We'll see. Alright, CTAF for Monterey is 18.4. So we're going to do it like this. There we go, 18.4. There we go. And we're doing what we can do, y'all. Making best speed forward, of course, dealing with that wind there. And we should be at the MOD VOR in about 10 minutes. Then Salinas within 24, 109 miles. But once we get within like 70 miles of Salinas, we'll start our descent down to 5,000 for our anticipated approach onto runway 10 right or 10 right. So yeah, guys, we are cruising, man. Let's check our pressurization here. All that is looking good. And like I said, when we descend, if there's some light clouds, we'll just go ahead and throw the anti-ice on during the descent, and we'll get it off on final approach or beforehand. So we can get these pasajeros there, man, but I do think this aircraft is definitely worth its weight in gold, especially at, you know, 25 bucks, man. Look at that beautiful view. Partly cloudy day, but still so far good for flying. And again, I have this plane loaded into Microsoft 2024. It definitely doesn't fly as good as it flies in 2020, that's for sure. That's for sure, man. Get those controls off for you there. Flying time for this leg. Tire firefighter is in the house, man. I'm doing well, my G. How are you doing? Good to see you, fam. Hope today has been nice to you. Always a pleasure to see you here, man. Okay, flying time for this leg is 53 minutes. And let's see how far into there we are. Okay, so we're already 28 minutes and 30 seconds in there now, so not much longer to go. About 20 more minutes, we'll be on the ground. We won't be doing any replays until our last leg, whatever that will be. There's Modesto, California. There's Manteca, California. There's the 99 that goes up. There's Stockton. I got family that lives in Stockton there. There we go. There's San Jose. I used to do a lot of business in San Jose. So let's go ahead and let's set our target altitude to 5,000. Which it is. And in about 5 to 10 miles, we'll start our descent so we can be at 5,000. What I do like about this aircraft too, there is a top of descent. So as we get closer to that TOD, you could hit the VNAV function, and I believe that it would follow the VNAV down. Do we want to try that? Maybe. I've never tried it. The 11 here, about another 11. So it is calculating top of descent. So we'll see if that VNAV feature works. Probably right around here, personally, at 67 miles, this is where I would have chosen to start my descent, but we'll see what happens here. Now, normally when in other aircraft where it uses like the Phenom 300 or even the Bombardier Dash 8 Q400, once you get within about a minute or so of this point, you get a indicator up here that will let you know that you're within the range to pick up the VNAV, and then you activate the VNAV button here. So let's allow ourselves to get slightly closer. Okay, so we got path selected. So let's see when we hit top of descent and we have our target altitude set if we start descending automatically, if that feature is fully functional. Another unique thing about this aircraft is a lot of these general aviation aircraft, in order to pick up the ILS, you have to switch over. You got to put yourself on the heading mode, and then you got to switch over to VOR1 or ILS or Localizer 1. As you can see, there's Localizer 2, Localizer 1. In order to pick it up in this aircraft, you do not have to. It will 100% recognize, pick up the Localizer even if you're in the nav mode. No auto throttles, and like I said, we do have real engine damage on. So if you want the realism, you will. See, you can disable the engine damage by checking that, but we want to make sure that we're flying this aircraft appropriately. So I have full realism on for that, so that, you know, it causes you to be mindful of your now see, this is basing the descent off of 3,600 feet. Okay, and like I said, within a minute of it, now we have our vertical indicator here in the form of this magenta star. But it's going for 3,600 feet. Oh, I see why. So if we go here, because it deleted that, and we execute that, top of descent might be right now, which it is. So we missed it because of that. So let's go ahead and go vertical speed, and we'll go about 2,200 feet per minute. Be aggressive with it. So it would have worked, but I forgot that waypoint got deleted. We did put it in when we were initializing, but it got deleted. So now let's kind of pull back the speed so that I can allow one more time to get down to 5,000, since we started it later than I wanted to. Hey, thanks for checking in, Dimitri. I appreciate you, man. And I hope you have a good sleep, brother. And hope to see you next time, man. And yeah, you'll get it. I would just say be confident in your flying, and the rest comes right into place, my G. But I appreciate the kind words, my G. Good to see you, Dimitri. And like I said, y'all, Dimitri's been rocking with me for years. For sure. So I appreciate you, man, for all your support, Dimitri. And I don't know if you're still here, Dimitri, but I just should have done this a while ago. Added you as a moderator to the channel. Just an appreciation of all the support that you've given me and your viewership. Appreciate it, man. All right, so we're almost at the point where we need to really start worrying about the weather. Okay, winds 1708, gusting 22. So runway 10 still makes good sense. Altimeter is 2978. And let's just switch over to the frequency there at Salinas, or I'm sorry, at Monterey. Monterey traffic, Piaggio Avanti, November 318 Delta Sierra is descending through flight level 188, all the way down for 5,000, crossing Salinas. We will be transitioning onto the ILS 10 right at Z-bed, full stop, Monterey. All right, here we go. 2978 in there. So you can set it while it's at standard, and then when you want to get it off standard, you got to hold it down. So 2978, another 29 miles. Got about another 12,000 feet to drop. 12 times 3 is 636, and so we're going to be a little bit behind the power curve there. So let's slow ourselves down a little bit to about 250. We'll let that speed bleed. we'll have a little saving grace because we're going to vector ourselves. There's no need for us to do that hold. Every time I fly this with ATC, they never put me into the hold. They always vector me to the west out over the water, and then I usually make my pattern back in. And anti-icing doesn't look like it's totally necessary. Okay, we have this one on our weather radar here. And we'll keep this one on our terrain radar. It'll start picking up terrain as we get closer. Okay, 14 with 24 to go. Alright. Just to be on the safe side here, we're going through a little precipitation. Never can be too sure, man. Alright, so from Salinas, we're going to want to do the reciprocal of the runway. So, it's 198, so we're going to add 100. That'll be 198 plus another 100, which is 298. So, 278 should be the reciprocal heading. So once we get to Salinas, we're going to go on a heading of 278. So let's get our situation set up already here. We'll get these controls on for you guys. Alright, looking for 278. About a heading of 280 there. We got Salinas in 13 miles, and then once we do that, we'll go ahead and get onto the heading mode, and we'll be a good ways downwind. We'll vector ourselves out over the water. You can see now why I'm glad I got that anti, so I'm getting some cloud cover here. Okay, we did make it below 10,000 feet. Landing lights are all on. And again, no replay, guys, until we get to our last destination. Then we'll jump into replay. look, we'd actually be back on vertical profile right now. Speed is good, I like it. Keep it right here. And we'll keep our descent going down actually now to, let's go 4,000. Monterey traffic, number 318 Delta Sierra, is 4 nautical miles from Salinas. We will be turning left downwind at Salinas for runway 10 right, and turning and picking up the ILS at Z-bed for Monterey traffic. Full stop. We're starting to get some of that terrain coming in. Monterey traffic, November 318 Delta Sierra, now turning left downwind, runway 10 right, full stop. Okay, looks like we're below that cloud layer. Okay, at the ice it can come off. Right out over the water. Let's cancel V now. Okay, there's the airport there. You can see the western facing runway. Okay, they want Z-bed at 2,600 feet. start over the water here. Check fuel. Fuel, we're doing good. We still got about 900 gallons of fuel. Alright, let's go left base. Monterey traffic number 318 Delta Sierra, now left base, direct Z-bid, full stop, 10 right. activating the, or arming the approach mode there. Monterey traffic, Piaggio, November 318 Delta Sierra is now turning left to final, passing overhead Z-bed time now, establishing ILS winds are right full stop. Speed is slowing down. So make sure we pick up this ILS. Okay, ILS is capturing. Glide slope is captured. Let's bring speed back. Runways in sight. Gears coming down. Or that's flaps rather. Gears on the way down. Final approach speed will be about 126. My aircraft. Props to full, gears down 3 green, flaps full. Okay, flaps are selected and indicated to full. Very bumpy ride, to be expected. Approach speed established here. Kind of crabbing in here, if you will. Very bumpy ride, just because those winds are gusting. Okay, right on profile. 2 white, 2 red. Nice firm touchdown in the beta. All right. Dump those flaps. Flaps are dumped. Monterey traffic, November 318 Delta Sierra, clear runway 10 right. We'll be taxiing back to the ramp via Alpha for general aviation parking for Monterey traffic. Okay, take that landing light off. Little right of center line, of course. That wing light off. And let's taxi it back in. Stop that timer. Timer's right at 1 hour and 2 minutes, so a few minutes late. So we're just literally going to land here, get our next flight plan together, refuel the plane, and get her going. Set that time all together. Now we got that copied down. Brake set. Let's get the lights down. Boom, boom. That's good. And we'll get those bleed airs off. Turn the hydraulic down. Boom, boom. We want to get everything off so we can shut her down appropriately. Let's get our avionics off appropriately. And generators off, of course. We'll continue. All right. Bye, y'all. We made it, man. Get these doors open here, and we'll get some music on, and we'll get ready for the next one here. We can't do GPU here. Let's do our chocks. Engine's all good. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Doors. All right. Let's get some music on so we can get planned up for the next go round. One thing here, I forgot to turn off our TCAS. It'll still be showing up. So let's get battery on. There we go. We don't want to kill the battery, man. All right. So while I'm getting this ready, let's get overlay off and we'll get me off. And we're just getting the aircraft ready here for a second. Do us a new flight here as we picking up these new passengers, man. Okay, about the same. 229 nautical miles. Departing 10 right, of course, and got us arriving runway 8. Excuse me. Get on here and see something that's telling us to do an arrival, the Rocker 3. I gotta make sure that's not for any type of jets there. But it's got to be at least for turboprops. Headed to Burbank on this one, and then we should be into Palm Springs after that. Excuse me. Let's see, 9,000, boo boo boo. Okay, there's the Van Nuys, Los Angeles. So I know we can, the Van Nuys EOR, I think, is just past Burbank. I think there's runway 15, and then there's, so we can probably take it from Van Nuys straight in. This does not say for jet. Let's see. Runway 8 from Mikey. So from here is for runway 8. 7,000. Alright, I think we can actually do this one. So let's put you guys back out here while I finish this up. Just have to make sure I can accept that. Surfer Red Hot Rocker. This one's going to be a full flight with 8 passengers. Okay, 47 minutes, 8 passengers, 400 pounds of cargo, We'll be burning 506 pounds of fuel, 1,364 pounds required. And it's got us cruising at 33,000 feet, which is definitely doable. This thing has a service ceiling of 41,000 feet, so let's make sure we got our flight number in there, that we can file this. Alright, flight plan has been filed. Our alternate will be Ontario to Burbank. Sweet. Alright, so let's change the overlay here, and we'll get that back up for you guys. Then we'll get taken off and we'll get on the way to Burbank. Okay, let's get that flight overlay back on for you guys. Oops. That is not what we wanted to do, man. Hit the wrong buttons. There we go. You guys should have that flight overlay on now. Alright. So, we're all filed up. Last thing I need to do before we do anything is get the plane fueled with the right weights. Okay, we got 8 passengers, 1364, 400 pounds of cargo. So we're just going to load this here, man. So fuel, we need 1364. There we go. 1364 will do 1457. Payload, we've already got a payload of 6 passengers. So we just need to add the 2 passengers here. So we'll say we got somebody that's 150. And we'll say we got a 200 pounder. There, 1660. Alright, 1760, and that's actually what our payload is supposed to be. So 1760 right on the bot. That's with 200 pounds of cargo all loaded up. Alright, so that is what's on the plane. So we'll verify 1457. Alright, you guys, now it's time to get out of here, man. Alright. Those tunes turned off, and let's get ready to roll up out of here, y'all. Alright. Your passengers are getting on board. Tell them to get on board now because we are going to have to do a battery start here. No GPU. Get rid of the chocks now. Let's get the main door closed. The luggage closed there. Weird. Why is that on? That is weird, man. The sucker just cut on automatically. Okay, that's strange. That engine would be running already. Auto feather off. All these off here. Might be a glitch. Why is that engine on? That's a good question, man. Well, let's get the right engine on. There we go. That was weird. Plane malfunction. Okay, they're off. I was like, what's happening there, man? I think because these were left in the on position, something funky happened there, but that's alright. Now we're going to get this up. Did we waste the battery all the way? Oh, you know what? Probably wasted the battery out. Let's see if we can force a GPU here. Strangest thing ever. Let's see. Go. I think that'll redo the battery for us. Hopefully. No battery. No battery, man. Ah, man. Gotta love these glitches. I wish there was a way to recharge the battery. We don't need to repair the engines. I think it's just a straight up glitch. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we gotta do here, man. Alright, let's see if I can just reload this thing and it will give us what we need. Hopefully it doesn't give me stutters. If it gives me stutters, then we'll be done with the stream. I do not feel like starting this bad boy back all the way over. So let's get you going there and see what we got here. Alright, looks like the sim reloaded just fine. So that's good. Okay, we got ground power at least now. Let's get this thing loaded up. 1429 is good. Set passenger weights here. Alright, 1755 on the payload, 5 pounds shy of what we needed. Fuel's 1429. Alright, let's get this music off. Alright, GPU is on, so we can get our avionics all the way on. Okay, that looks good. And boom. Let's go index, route menu, flight plan recall, should get us right to Burbank. There it is. There is no departure here, but there is an arrival. Let's see, flight plan, what we got? Does it have that arrival in here? Red hot, okay. Let's go departure, we're doing 10 right. Execute that. And let's get me back on the camera here. So we're coming in on the rocker 3. And our transition is red hot. And we're going to do the ILS Yankee. We'll do it from here. Execute that. Let's go legs. 7,037 or above. Boom, boom, bam. Okay, we're looking good. Let's go perf. We're doing 8. 250 on the cargo. Take off, and let's get the winds. Oops. Might help if we connect it, man. Okay, we got Oakland Center and LA Center on now. Why? Okay, 160, 13 gusts and 29. Altimeters 2973, temperatures 18. And 160, 13. We'll have better takeoff performance here. All right, let's get Oakland Center 32.2.
Delta 2272 Oakland.
Hey, Delta 2272, yes, we're 36 miles north of the Avenue VOR, flight level 363, flight level 370.
Delta 2272 Oakland Center, radar contact.
Let's see if there might need to be departures that he's going to give us.
Flight 8204 Oakland Center, are you PDC capable?
So he might give us Monterey 5. Monterey 5, 7,000. Good evening, Oakland Center, November 318 Delta Sierra here at Monterey. Is looking for half hour to Burbank, and we do have the weather here.
Alright, Alaska 332, you stepped on somebody there. Just make sure you're not talking when someone else is. And the aircraft calling before the other guy say your call sign?
November 318 Delta Sierra.
Number 318 Delta Sierra, Oakland Center, go ahead.
Yes, November 318 Delta Sierra here at Monterey. We do have the weather on board. We're looking for half hour to Burbank.
Number 318 Delta Sierra, clearance on request. Stand by.
All right, clearance on request. Let's see if he changes any of the route. There is a strong possibility. So while he's doing that, we can take a look at this departure, 7,000. So we'll just assume 7,000 is the thing. Let's get that yaw damper off since we're not flying right now.
And Spirit 284, I'm going to send you clearance. You can still expect one on our left. I'm just clearing out my queue here.
See, runway heading is 98 based off of our arrival here. He may be altering some of our route. So, in the meantime, let's get our ATIS in there. Let's see, 29er 73. And let's make sure all of our navs bearings are where they're supposed to be.
Southwest 936, hitter cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 12 left approach.
There we go. So now we shouldn't have any problem.
Cleared RNAV 12 left approach, hitter, Southwest 1956.
So we'll get our clearance and then we'll take a quick break. I got to use the restroom here. Eyeballs are floating, and then we'll be up out of here. Let's see, landing elevation there in Burbank.
Yeah, 2097, exit left when able, correction, exit right when able, cross runway 1 enter right and see your gate. Got it, 2097, roger, cross runway 1 enter right at Hotel and Alpha to the ramp.
23. Comes in kind of blurry, let's blow that up, man. Okay, 79 on the heading, elevation is 727.
Talk about 82, 0, correction, Pack Valley. Pack Valley 8204, runway 17 right, taxi via Alpha.
Okay, we'll pressurize down there. Yeah, we're just waiting on our clearance now, guys, and we're out of here. Let's also look at the Yankee approach. That's what we're putting in the system there.
Thanks, nice to see you. Connect ground, good day.
Boom, there it is right there.
This is Jet 824, climb,
Looking
maintain.
at 1555.
Flight level
decision height.
410, good day.
It's 410, good day. This is Jet 824.
No, correction, just stay with me. Sorry about that. Sierra 284, Super cross runway 19er right at Charlie, hold short runway 1 enter left, landing traffic.
Okay,
South 2072, contact Los Angeles Center 126.52, good day.
We'll make it 1560.
126.52, Delta 2272.
Okay, there's our minimums.
South 1956, runway 12 left, clear to land.
Cleared land, 12 left, Southwest 196.
Okay, altimeter 2973. And let's do our heading. Heading is course, final approach course 79.
Number 318 Delta Sierra cleared to Burbank Airport, Monterey 5 departure. Radar vector is Surfer. Then as filed, climb maintain 7000. Squawk 6360.
Cleared to Burbank, Monterey 5 departure, radar vector is Surfer. Then as filed, climb maintain 7000. Squawking 6360 for Piaggio 8 Delta Sierra.
Piaggio 8 Delta Sierra, expect runway 10 right for departure. Read back correct.
Okay, we'll be expecting 10 right for departure. We'll call for taxi 8 Delta Sierra. Alright. So, let's put a little jam.
Alaska 332, descend via the Stellar 4 arrival. San Francisco altimeter 2966.
And I just have to hit the latrine really quick. So let's get that up. Let's get me off here for a second, and I'll be back with you.
Alaska 332, Oakland Center.
Alaska 332.
Alaska 332, clear direct Melbeck for the Stellar 4 arrival. Descend via the Stellar 4 arrival, altimeter 2966.
What was that first part? I got Stellar 4 arrival and 2966.
Alaska 332, clear direct Melbeck.
Cleared via, cleared Melbeck and stellar for arrival with altimeter 2966.
Exit jet 251, connect Los Angeles Center 126.5 to you, good day. Exit jet 251, connect Los Angeles Center 126.5 to you, good day.
Exit 251, can you please repeat last transmission?
Okay, first off, you're really low. Are you ever gonna, do you want to amend your cruise out? If you can amend your cruise altitude with LA Center 126.52, just make sure next time you climb to your cruise altitude, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, sorry. I have flight level change on, it's just not going up. Well, contact Los Angeles Center on 126.525 SJet 251.
Hey guys, I'm back. Alright. Get out of here because I am on a time hack, man.
Vijay 24 radar contact lost. Charlie 779, exit at Foxtrot, cross runway 19 right and taxi via Alpha to the Delta gates. Gateway 9004 radar services terminated, frequency change approved. Good night.
Frequency change for gateway 9004. Thanks for your time.
Pike Valley 8204 on departure flight runway heading, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, I literally don't know what happened here. Come on, man. What happened here? What I do? What I touch?
Speedbird 284 super, cross runway 19 right. Correction, cross runway 19 left. Left turn Lima, short of 19 left.
What I push?
779, cross runway 19 right at Foxtrot 1 and straight ahead to Delta 6. South 779, go straight ahead to Delta 6. Sierra 284, just looking for that readback. Cross runway 19 left, left turn Lima, short of 19 left.
I got no clue what's going on here. Let's see. How did I get in this view, man? Let me see, how do I get out of this room?
South 1956, Zulu to the ramp, good day. Pack Valley 8204, radar contact, climb and maintain 8000. Pack Valley 8204, turn right direct Red Bluff.
Come on, man. What did I push and not figure out? Alright, we're just gonna have to do this. Let's go. Control options really quick. We gotta go to keyboard. I gotta look to see what was pushed, man.
1042, Heavy Oakland Center, run by 19 right, taxi via Alpha, Kilo, Charlie Echo, cross runway 10 left, cross runway 10 right.
Grand Oakland Center, good afternoon. United 1057, descending through flight level 290 on the Surfer 4.
United 1057, correction, United 1057, no flight plan on file, please file one, and program the waves to arrival.
Alright, Waves 2 will program that, and then we'll actually disconnect and reconnect so we can file real quick.
Sounds good.
Might have been F2. Toggle autofocus, propeller pitch. I don't think it was F5 that I hit. Let's see. I think I found the problem here, man.
Center, you're on 1057, back up with you with the Waves 2 program.
Roger. Yeah, 77 to 7V, the Waves 2 arrival. Your radar contact, correction, squawk 6760.
Alright, 6760, send via the Waves 2, 91057.
Spirit 284, Super runway 1 on our left, clear for takeoff.
Oakland Center, I'm a step away from the flight deck for 1 minute. I'll be right back. Alaska 332.
Roger. United 1057 radar contact, descend via the Waves 2 arrival, altimeter 2966.
2966, send via the Waves 2, United 1057.
This has got something to do with the developer mode here. Here, I don't know what. Nothing here is going. Let's see. Go back here. Let's go general options. Make sure developer.
224 super radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 190.
Alright, you know what, guys? This stream's gonna be a wash, man. I literally don't know what I pushed to get into this thing. So annoying.
Oakland Center, this is Alaska 332, I am back.
Roger. Super, Christian, time's 42. Hold short runway 100, right?
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end
Super
the stream.
284, clear
Not
direct
that it was
deadhead.
that great anyway, but yeah, this is a complete wash.
Clear direct deadhead, Peterborough, 284.
I will check you guys out later, man. Thanks for watching, man. It's just another one of those days. I'm your boy Dre, and I am GONE.